The day begins to fall away now, gently and without any hurry. There is nothing you need to hold on to, nothing that asks for your attention. Just this quiet moment, settling around you like soft evening air. A slow ease begins to spread through the space you're in, the kind of ease that doesn't arrive all at once, but drifts in. A little more with each breath. You might notice your shoulders soften, or the sense of weight shifting downward, as if the whole body is remembering how to rest. Here, the pace is unhurried. There's no rush to settle, no need to feel anything in particular. Just a gentle invitation to release whatever feels heavy and allow yourself to arrive fully in the calm that's beginning to surround you. As you breathe, notice how the breath moves through you without effort, a soft, warm rhythm, steady and familiar. Each inhale opening a small pocket of space, each exhale letting something loosen, just a little more. The room around you begins to grow quieter. Even if the world outside is not completely still, something inside you starts to hush. It's a quiet that doesn't depend on silence, but on ease. An inward softening that happens naturally when the mind and body begin to settle. Feel the gentle warmth across your chest, the soft, steady presence in your belly, the sense that your breath is smoothing the edges inside you, making everything just a touch softer than before. Let the weight of the day fade into the background. You don't have to push it away. Simply allow it to drift to the edges, while this softer space becomes the place where your awareness rests. Warmth spreads slowly through you, like a blanket settling over your body. Not a sudden shift, but a gradual settling. A quiet reassurance that you are safe here, held by the simplicity of this moment. The muscles in your face relax, the jaw loosens, and the breath drops a little deeper into your body. Notice how still the air feels around you. Even if there's movement, the stillness comes from within, rising gently, forming its own soft landscape for you to rest in. Nothing is asked of you here. Nothing is expected. Only ease, only quiet. There may be a point where your breath feels a little longer, a little slower, not because you're trying, but because the body is choosing the pace that feels right for rest. This is the natural rhythm of settling in, breath by breath. Imagine the softness of the space expanding slightly, giving you more room to let go. Like stepping into a dim room where everything is warm and safe. A place where the mind can loosen its hold and the body can sink more deeply into comfort. Each breath carries a whisper of warmth through you. Each exhale releases just a little more weight. And in between the breaths, there is a quiet spaciousness, an open, gentle hush that makes it easy to rest. You may begin to sense your body growing heavier, the arms settling deeper, the legs sinking into stillness. Heaviness that feels comforting, grounding, familiar. A heaviness that tells you it's all right to let yourself drift. Notice how the soft rhythm of your breath seems to fill the entire space around you. A light, warm glow that wraps around your thoughts, calming the edges of the day. Thoughts slow down on their own, drifting like leaves in a slow-moving breeze. Nothing urgent, nothing pulling you forward. Here, in this quiet, it becomes easier to feel the gentle warmth inside your chest, the slow rise, the slow fall, a soft pulse of calm that steadies the whole body. Allow yourself to rest in that feeling, the feeling of being unhurried, the feeling of being safe, the feeling of having nothing to do but breathe. The warmth that surrounds you grows a little deeper, comforting and steady. It fills the quiet spaces around your heart, easing whatever remains tense. You may feel your breath soften further, becoming quieter, more delicate. The body follows the breath, easing into its own rhythm of calm. This moment is yours, a moment where stillness comes naturally, without effort or expectation. A moment where the softest parts of you rise gently to the surface, asking only for quiet and rest. Let the peace of this moment settle into you, as softly as dusk settling over a quiet landscape. You are wrapped in calm now, held by the quiet warmth around you. Breath by breath, the body finds its ease. And now, as the space around you grows even softer, let yourself drift a little deeper into the silence that follows. A silence that welcomes you and holds you gently. As everything begins to settle into quiet, the quiet around you begins to deepen now, settling like a soft blanket over the room. Nothing presses in, nothing rushes you forward. Everything slows, just a little. With each breath you take, a gentle dimness gathers in the space, the kind of dim light that feels safe and warm. It smooths the edges of the day, softening whatever has felt sharp or demanding. In this softer light, the body recognizes that it can begin to unwind. A faint restlessness may still linger at the surface, and that's all right. Even restlessness has a way of softening when the world grows quiet. Here, the air feels calm, and the body senses that it can ease its grip. Take a moment to notice how your body connects with the surface beneath you. There is a steady support holding you, asking nothing in return. That support allows the limbs to grow heavier, sinking just a little deeper into stillness. The breath moves gently through you, not forced or shaped, just happening in its own slow pattern. Each exhale softens the space around your shoulders, your chest, your belly. The body hears that softness and begins to follow it downward. The room feels quieter now. Even if there are faint sounds in the distance, they seem far away. Muted, softened by the dimness around you. The quieter the room becomes, the easier it is for your attention to settle close, right here where the body is beginning to rest. Notice the way your arms feel. A slight heaviness spreads through them, like warm sand settling evenly from shoulder to fingertip. There's nothing to hold on to, nothing to lift, nothing to carry. Just the slow, warm weight of rest. The legs follow in their own time. A steady, grounding heaviness drifts down as if the muscles are releasing a long, slow sigh. The feet soften, the calves loosen. The thighs become warm and still. This heaviness feels safe, comforting, and familiar. Your breath continues to guide the pace, widening the space between thoughts. Each inhale creates a small rise. Each exhale brings everything gently down again. The rhythm becomes smoother, quieter, almost like the body is rocking itself into calm. The dim light in the room seems to soften further, settling into a deeper shade of quiet. With each slow blink, the atmosphere grows calmer, as if the very air is leaning into rest. A sense of sanctuary gathers around you, warm and protective. Notice the stillness forming at the surface of your skin. Tension that once sat just beneath the surface begins to melt away. The brow loosens, the jaw settles, the small muscles around the eyes grow quiet. Even the tiny muscles in the fingers and toes begin to let go. Every part of the body seems to whisper the same thing. It's safe to rest here. It's safe to sink a little deeper. Allow the breath to expand softly through your ribs, not wide or deliberate, just enough to remind your body that it is cared for, supported, and safe. The breath settles back down in its own time, like a warm wave easing over the shore. The weight in your limbs becomes more noticeable now, not heavy in a burdensome way, but heavy in a comforting way, like the body is being gently anchored. That anchoring creates a sense of grounding, a peaceful reminder that the body knows how to rest. The stillness spreads inward. It reaches the chest, where the heart slows to a quiet, steady presence. It moves to the belly, where a warm hush settles in deeper layers. This is the first layer of calm, the softening that prepares the body for deeper rest. Let your awareness travel slowly downward, noticing how each part of you settles more fully into the quiet. There's no need to change anything, only to notice the warmth, the ease, and the slow descent into stillness. The air around you grows thick with calm now, like a gentle evening settling over a quiet room. This calm wraps around your limbs, your breath, your thoughts, creating a soft cocoon of peace. Nothing intrudes, nothing pulls you away. Warmth lingers across your skin. The body feels safe enough to loosen what it's been carrying. Any last hints of restlessness drift out toward the edges of your awareness until they dissolve into the quiet. Your breath becomes a soft, steady presence, a slow rise, a slow fall, a rhythm that tells your whole body it's time to settle more deeply. The dimness around you deepens again, creating a gentle sense of privacy. A small sanctuary meant just for rest. In this softened light, the body knows exactly what to do. It melts, it sinks, it settles. Here, in this deepening quiet, everything begins to align with the warmth of rest. Nothing moves quickly. Every shift is slow and gentle. Feel how the stillness holds you, how the heaviness in your limbs makes you feel grounded and safe, how the quiet room around you gives your breath the space to slow even further. Let yourself rest in that feeling, the feeling of sinking into stillness, the feeling of being surrounded by soft calm, the feeling of letting go. And now, as your body grows heavier and your breath becomes quieter, the room settles into a deeper hush around you, a hush that invites you to drift gently into the next layer of calm. And rest there softly, in the quiet that follows. The quiet settles around you again, soft and steady, inviting your breath to rise and fall in its own gentle way. Nothing pulls at you, nothing asks for effort, only the slow rhythm that begins to move through your chest. A warm calm gathers inside you, as if the air itself has softened. Each inhale rolls in with a quiet fullness. Each exhale releases in a gentle fading drift. The breath begins to feel like a tide moving through you, smooth and unhurried. Here, the thoughts that were scattered start to ease into a softer rhythm. They lose their edges, becoming lighter, quieter, drifting farther apart. The breath helps guide them, smoothing the inner space with every slow wave. Feel how the inhale expands gently beneath your ribs. A warm rise, a small opening, a sense of space unfolding inside you. The exhale follows, soft and warm, carrying away the roughness that once clung to your chest. It feels natural, familiar, effortless. The rhythm grows steadier. Each breath rolls in, touches the inner edges of your body, then drifts out again. This gentle tide washes through you, smoothing any places that feel tight or unsettled. In this moment, the breath becomes the softest form of comfort. Notice the way the air feels as it enters, warm enough to soothe, light enough to settle easily. It fills the chest like a small wave rising toward the shore, and just as slowly, it drifts back out, leaving calm in its wake. Any lingering tension begins to fade with each exhale, as if the breath itself has a soft hand, brushing away the last traces of the day. The heart steadies, the space behind the sternum loosens, Everything inside grows just a little more spacious. Your breathing may start to match this flowing rhythm more naturally now. A quiet rise, a slow fall, a pause in between that feels like warm stillness settling deeper into your body. The breath becomes an anchor, keeping you connected to this calm place. And at the same time, it carries you gently forward, like floating on slow-moving water. Nothing is rushed. Nothing needs to be controlled. The body knows the pace that feels right. A soft wave of air moves into you again. It smooths the inside of your chest, easing the subtle lines of tension that linger there. Then the breath drifts out, carrying the tightness with it, leaving only warmth behind. With each cycle, the rhythm becomes more fluid. The breath glides through you as though it has all the time in the world. This slow tide encourages the mind to quiet, to follow the flow, to join the softness. You might notice your thoughts drifting like small pieces of driftwood on gentle waves. They move without urgency, carried by the motion of your breathing. There's no need to follow them. They simply float, growing more distant with each slow rise and fall of the chest. The warmth inside you expands, reaching the sides of your ribs and the soft space beneath your collarbones. It feels as though the breath is smoothing the entire inner landscape, one wave at a time. Every part of you responds, loosening, settling, drifting deeper. Another breath moves through you, quiet and warm. It spreads like a gentle tide, steady and familiar. The exhale releases without effort, softening the inner edges again, leaving calm in its place. Each wave-like breath blends into the next. The pauses between them feel longer, more spacious, as though the body is resting not just in the breath itself, but in the soft silence that surrounds it. Your breath becomes a slow, steady rhythm, a peaceful motion that guides every part of you toward deeper ease, a natural flow that brings your mind into harmony with your body. With every inhale, you rise gently into warmth. With every exhale, you drift into softness. This rhythm feels like a sanctuary inside you, a warm tide that welcomes you into deeper rest. Slowly, the waves of breath grow even softer. They move like evening water, smooth, quiet, unbroken. This is a rhythm that doesn't demand anything. It simply carries you, breath by breath, into a deeper calm. The chest feels open, the belly feels warm, the mind feels quiet, carried by the steady flow of air. All the scattered pieces of the day settle into stillness within this gentle tide. Another breath rises, another breath falls, and with each cycle, the body settles more fully into rest. Stay with this slow motion. Feel it wash through you, smoothing everything it touches. Feel it drift outward again, leaving only ease behind. In this warm rhythm, your whole body finds its balance. Everything inside moves together, peacefully and naturally. The breath becomes a soft lullaby, steady and comforting. Let the waves continue in their quiet flow. Every rise brings warmth, every fall brings release, and the silence between them grows softer, deeper, more welcoming. As the rhythm settles, allow yourself to drift with it. The breath carries you gently, like floating on calm water beneath a quiet sky. Nothing more is needed. Nothing more is asked. Just this slow tide, this soft rise and fall, this steady warmth that guides you into the quiet that follows. The calm you've begun to settle into now starts to deepen, as though a gentle warmth is awakening across your body. It arrives softly at first, like the faint touch of morning sunlight brushing over skin, warm enough to comfort, slow enough to soothe. This warmth spreads with an easy, natural flow. It doesn't push or rush. It simply drifts, melting through the places that have held tension without you even noticing. A slow cascade, soft, steady, and reassuring. As the warmth moves, the body begins to loosen. Small pockets of tightness start to soften, as if they're yielding to a familiar, gentle heat. Nothing dramatic, nothing sudden, just a quiet releasing that feels safe and comforting. The whole space around you seems to settle with it. Imagine this warmth like sunlight shifting across your body, moving slowly, almost lazily. Where it passes, everything becomes a little softer. Muscles that were holding on begin to let go. The warmth whispers to each place it touches, telling it that it's all right to rest now. The breath follows, deepening without effort. Each inhale draws the warmth in a little more, and each exhale helps it spread further. Inside your chest, the edges feel smoother, as if something rigid has begun to melt away. The heart feels cushioned, supported by this soft unfolding. The warmth begins to sink deeper, moving through layers that rarely get a chance to relax. It slips into the spaces beneath the surface, loosening tight spots, easing the hidden knots of the day. Everything inside you responds with slow surrender. The body knows this feeling. It remembers how to let go. As the warmth settles into new places, a sense of heaviness follows. Not a weight that drags, but a comforting heaviness, like sinking into a soft blanket. This heaviness tells the body it's safe to relax even more, safe to melt into the surface beneath you. Every part of you begins to soften under this steady heat. The lines of tension blur, fading into something warmer, gentler. The body becomes quiet, peaceful, almost fluid. It feels as though the warmth is reshaping everything into ease. The sensation grows richer, spreading in slow waves. With each breath, another small layer lets go. The breath carries warmth through the chest, the belly, the back, creating a smooth, flowing comfort that feels complete. Nothing is held tightly now. You may notice how one area relaxes, then another, not in steps, but like a slow stream moving downhill, finding its way with no effort. The warmth guides the path, and the body follows willingly. Everything begins to feel connected through this soft, melting ease. Even the deeper layers respond, settling further into stillness. Where there was tightness, there is now warmth. Where there was effort, there is now release. Where there was restlessness, there is now a gentle surrender. The warmth continues to drift, reaching spaces that rarely receive attention. It fills them with quiet comfort, as though those places have been waiting for this moment to soften. The relief is subtle but unmistakable. A sense of being held from the inside out. Thoughts that lingered earlier begin to dissolve in this heat. They grow faint, as if melting into the background. The mind starts to mirror the body, loose, warm, open. Nothing feels sharp or demanding anymore. The heaviness that has been spreading becomes deeper now. It anchors you gently, grounding you in the warmth that surrounds you. This heaviness is a form of rest, a sign that the body is surrendering fully to comfort. It feels steady, reassuring, natural. The warmth settles in waves, each one slower than the last. The flow softens even further, creating long stretches of quiet inside you. These stretches feel like small pockets of peace where nothing is required, where everything simply rests. As the final traces of tension melt away, your entire body seems to hum with stillness. Soft, warm, steady stillness. The kind that carries you deeper into yourself, into a place where rest begins to take over. The warmth holds you now. Every part of you feels supported, as though wrapped in a gentle blanket of heat. The breath moves quietly through this comfort, barely noticeable, yet deeply soothing. There is nothing left to release. All that remains is a rich, quiet ease that fills every part of you, warmth drifting through your body, heaviness grounding you, comfort rising from within, slow and certain. Stay in that warmth for a moment. Let it cradle you. Let it carry you deeper into this gentle stillness. And now, as everything settles into place, the warmth softens once more, fading into a calm glow that leaves the whole body resting in quiet, peaceful surrender. A quiet dusk begins to settle within you, like soft, dim light filling a calm room. The air feels cooler, broader, more open. Everything slows just a little, creating space for the mind to loosen its grip. Thoughts may still be moving gently, shifting here and there. They drift in and drift out, the way small leaves move on a slow current. Nothing sharp, nothing urgent, just a soft flow passing through. As you breathe, the space inside your mind begins to widen. The edges of the day fade into the background. The thoughts that once felt close begin to feel farther away, as though the distance between you and them has grown soft and spacious. This dim, gentle light around you helps everything settle. It feels like a quiet sky at the end of the day, cool and soothing. In this coolness, your thoughts move more slowly. They drift with ease, without pulling or tugging. You might notice one thought rise up like a small ripple. Then it softens, stretches, and fades into the slow-moving stream of your awareness. Another may appear just as softly and dissolve in the same gentle way. The mind begins to learn the pattern of drifting and releasing. The breath guides this rhythm. Each inhale brings in a sense of open space. Each exhale sends the scattered thoughts out into the distance, where they blend with the quiet. Nothing holds them. Nothing needs them to stay. A calm, airy hush spreads through the body. It feels like stepping into a cool twilight, where the world becomes softer and broader than before. Your thoughts slip into that hush, floating without weight. Even the thoughts that linger don't cling as tightly now. They appear, they move slowly across your mind, and then they drift to the edges. The inner noise begins to unwind strand by strand. A deeper stillness begins to form, almost like a gentle breeze moving through an open window. You feel that breeze inside you, a subtle cooling, an easy quiet. This quiet opens the mind, giving it room to breathe. The dimness grows softer, almost velvety. It wraps around your awareness, reducing the brightness of any lingering worry. Even when a thought tries to rise sharply, the softness smooths it out before it can take shape. You don't need to follow anything that passes through your mind. Each thought has its own direction, its own slow drift. All you do is watch them float by, not stopping, not attaching, simply moving at their own peaceful pace. As more thoughts drift away, the space between them expands. That space feels cool, fresh, and open, like a quiet stretch of water reflecting the fading light. Your mind begins to rest in that open space. The breath becomes quieter, softer, slower. With each breath, the mind grows lighter. With each breath, the inner world becomes more spacious. Nothing crowds you, nothing presses in. The inner noise that once stirred inside you unwinds almost completely now. What remains is a gentle, distant hum, soft enough to be comforting, quiet enough to let you rest. This hum feels like the last traces of daylight, fading into a peaceful dusk. The cool air inside the mind moves freely. It slips into every corner, clearing out what the day left behind. Each moment becomes more open than the one before. In this openness, there is no rush. Thoughts appear like small shapes in the distance, but they fade before they reach you. Your mind is learning to settle, to float, to rest. A slow, soothing emptiness begins to form. Not empty in a cold way, but empty in a peaceful way, spacious, gentle, welcoming. This emptiness feels like freedom, like soft sky stretching out above you. The longer you rest here, the more the inner world quiets. The dim light around your awareness strengthens that quiet, making it easier to sink into. Your thoughts loosen their hold until they're only faint impressions drifting at the edges. Every breath guides you deeper into this airy calm. The pace slows, the silence lengthens, the mind opens fully to the cool dusk within. Here, it becomes possible to feel the quiet at its purest, a quiet that is wide, soft, and free of effort, a quiet that rises from within rather than from the world around you. The last traces of inner noise fade into that cool space. Thoughts drift so slowly now that they seem weightless. Your mind settles into a steady softness, smooth and wide. Stay in this gentle dusk. Feel the cool openness. Feel the spacious calm. And as your breath flows through this wide, quiet space, allow the mind to drift deeper into the soft, expansive stillness waiting just beyond the edges of thought, where everything loosens and silence begins to take its place. The calm around you has grown deep and steady now, like a soft foundation beneath everything. The body is heavy, resting, settled. From this stillness, something new and gentle begins to rise. Imagine a soft, warm light beginning to gather around you. It's not bright or sharp. It glows quietly, like a gentle halo of warmth, wrapping itself around your body. This light holds you, kind and comforting. The heaviness that has been holding you starts to feel different. It's still there, still grounding, but now it also begins to feel supported, almost lifted, as though the weight of your body is being gently cradled by that warm light. Breathing in, the light feels a little closer. Breathing out, the body loosens into it. With each breath, the warmth and the calm blend together, creating a soft cushion of ease all around you. Slowly, a sense of drifting begins, not moving anywhere in particular, just floating, as though the body has become lighter inside this gentle glow. Edges that once felt solid and defined start to soften. The light feels like warm water or a soft cloud, holding every part of you with equal care. No part of you feels left out. Everything is wrapped, supported, and gently buoyant in this soft, luminous space. You might sense the outline of your body beginning to blur a little. Where you end and the light begins becomes less important, less obvious. All that matters is this warm, floating feeling. The heaviness that once pushed downward is now balanced by this upward softness. It's as if the body is suspended, resting between weight and lightness, safe held, and gently supported on all sides. Breath continues to move through you, smooth and slow. With each inhale, the light seems to brighten just a little, warming the inside of your chest. With each exhale, you drift deeper into the feeling of floating, as though something is loosening its last hold on you. The sense of the room begins to fade. What's left is this quiet glow, this gentle sensation of being surrounded by softness. You're not pressed against anything, not pushed, not pulled, simply held, gently suspended in warm, quiet air. Notice how any remaining tension lifts away in this light. It melts upward, dissolving into the warmth, leaving everything beneath it relaxed and free. The whole body responds by softening even more, trusting this buoyant calm. Thoughts follow the same pattern. They rise like tiny shapes in the glow around you, then spread, fade, and disappear into the softness. Nothing catches, nothing sticks, everything drifts. As the moments pass, the feeling of having a solid edge becomes less and less clear. Your form feels looser, more open, as if you're slowly becoming part of the light itself. The boundaries that once felt strong now seem gentle and transparent. Breathing feels almost effortless now. The air glides in, warm and smooth. It glides out, carrying you a little further into this floating state. The movement is slow and gliding, like drifting on calm water at dusk. The warmth that surrounds you seems to come from every direction at once, above, below, all around, soft, even, soothing. It creates a quiet sense of safety, a feeling that nothing needs to be done, nothing needs to be changed. In this place, the body feels weightless, like it could stay suspended here forever, held by light, held by warmth, held by ease. Nothing is pulling you back to the day. Nothing is calling for your attention. Thoughts thin out, becoming softer, like faint ripples barely touching the surface of a still pond. They come and go without disturbing the deeper quiet beneath them. The quiet grows, bright and calm. The sense of me and around me starts to blur. All that remains is a single field of comfort and glow. No sharp corners, no firm lines, just a gentle presence everywhere. The breath moves through this presence like a breeze through warm air, lightly, easily, almost without being noticed at all. You may feel as if you're floating just above the place where your body rests. Not far, not high, just enough to feel free from weight and pressure. This floating feels natural, as though you were always meant to rest this way. The light keeps you steady. It keeps you safe. There is no risk of falling, no sense of being lost. Only a calm suspension, a gentle support that never wavers. Every part of you is invited to join this buoyancy. Muscles, breath, thoughts, emotions, all of them gently lifted, gently softened by the glow. Time begins to lose its shape here. Moments stretch out, slow and quiet, like long, peaceful glides through warmth. Nothing interrupts. Nothing breaks the flow. You are simply floating in gentle light, breathing in the warmth, breathing out into the glow, merging a little more with this softness every time. The more you rest here, the more distant the idea of solid edges feels. You become lighter, quieter, softer in every way, almost as if you are slowly dissolving into the light that holds you. Stay with this sensation for as long as you like, floating, gliding, resting in gentle illumination. And as the warmth continues to cradle you, the light around you grows quieter too, softening into a calm, steady glow, until all that's left is the feeling of being held in weightless, peaceful light. Drifting deeper into the silence that follows, the soft glow that held you moments ago begins to settle into something warmer now, not fading, but concentrating, gathering close around your body like a gentle, steady heat rising from a quiet hearth. This warmth wraps itself around you with slow, patient ease. It feels calm and nurturing, the kind of warmth that asks nothing from you, a warmth that tells your body it's safe to rest even more deeply. The floating sensation softens, becoming heavier in a comforting way, as though the warmth is guiding you down into a soft cocoon of stillness. The body begins to settle into its own weight, trusting the warmth that holds it. Each breath draws that warmth in a little closer. The inhale brings a quiet glow into your chest. The exhale lets the body sink further, melting into the surface beneath you. Everything slows, spreading out into long, peaceful stretches of silence. The warmth becomes more steady, more certain. It surrounds your sides, your back, your front, enclosing you in a soft, even embrace, like being wrapped in a blanket that molds to every curve of your body, offering gentle support. Notice how the breath responds to this comfort. It moves slowly, quietly, deepening without effort. The air feels warmer as it enters, smoother as it leaves, a rhythm that supports the warmth holding you. The heaviness grows in the most soothing way. Heaviness that signals safety. Heaviness that tells the muscles they can release completely. Heaviness that anchors you in this quiet, warm space. You might imagine yourself resting beside a quiet fire, not bright or crackling, just a low, steady heat. A peaceful, glowing presence that asks nothing except that you rest near it. This warmth radiates inward, gently loosening what remains tight. It fills the hollow places inside the body with comfort. It softens the deeper muscles. It eases the quiet spaces around the breath. All of it blending into a slow melt that feels natural and deeply soothing. Silence becomes part of the experience now. Long moments where nothing needs to be said. Moments where the warmth speaks for itself, sinking deeper, spreading wider. The edges of your body feel cushioned, not sharp, not defined, just gently cradled by the steady heat surrounding you. You may sense the body settling more fully into its weight. The feeling is grounding, like being held by something soft and supportive. The warmth keeps everything steady, inviting you to relax into it without hesitation. The mind follows this downward drift. Thoughts slow, then soften, then drift away, leaving a quiet space behind them. A space filled with warmth and ease. Breathing becomes a quiet, slow wave. It rises gently, carrying warmth through the chest. It falls slowly, helping the body surrender to rest. The rhythm becomes part of the cocoon around you. The warmth inside your body grows denser now, not hotter, just fuller, thicker, more enveloping, creating a sense of being completely wrapped from the inside out. Every part of you sinks into this comfort. Shoulders loosen, the belly softens, the spine rests, the legs feel heavy and supported. Everything is held in warmth. The silence stretches again, offering space for the body to deepen its rest. These pauses feel natural, like small exhalations from the world around you. They belong to the warmth just as much as the breath does. This cocoon becomes the only place you need to be, a place where warmth replaces effort, where heaviness replaces tension, where quiet replaces any lingering noise inside you. The warmth subtly expands, filling the air just beyond your skin. It creates a soft boundary around you, a gentle layer that shields and comforts. Inside this layer, the body feels deeply safe. The stillness grows heavier, but never burdensome. It grows in the way a blanket does, adding comfort by its weight. A grounding presence that keeps you settled and calm. Breathing feels even slower now. Each inhale is a warm slide inward. Each exhale is a deeper release into the quiet. Your body follows, sinking a little further each time. The warmth becomes almost like a soft glow beneath your skin. Steady, gentle, deeply comforting. It fills the spaces that once held tension, replacing them with ease. Thoughts become distant shapes in the background, barely noticeable, barely formed, drifting away into the warm silence of this moment. You are wrapped in warmth, surrounded by stillness, held by the weight of your own rest. It feels simple and natural, like something returning home. Stay in this cocoon of warmth for as long as you wish. Let the heaviness support you. Let the quiet deepen around you. And as the warmth settles fully into place, the body sinks into a deeper calm, wrapped, held, and resting in gentle, quiet heat. Drifting softly into the silence that follows, the warmth holding you grows quiet now, settling into a deep, steady calm. Around you, the feeling of evening begins to form. Soft, cool, and peaceful. The air feels lighter, as though the day is stepping back, giving you room to drift. The body stays warm and grounded, but something inside begins to rise gently. It's not a lifting upward, just a sense of becoming less attached to the weight of the day. Thoughts that were close start to shift farther away, as though they're moving toward a quiet horizon. A soft distance forms between you and everything that came before this moment. Not a separation filled with effort, just a natural widening, like dusk settling across open space. Your awareness begins to drift with that widening, slowly, quietly. The breath moves through this space in long, smooth waves. Each inhale feels like a cool breeze brushing past you. Each exhale sends you deeper into a peaceful detachment. The rhythm lengthens, stretching into calm. Imagine the day behind you like a landscape fading into the evening. Colors soften, edges blur. Every moment from before grows more distant, more gentle, fading into a quiet haze. The mind follows the breath into this growing softness. Remaining thoughts loosen and drift outward, like small shapes floating toward the edge of a dim horizon. They move slowly, unhurried, without pulling you toward them. Here, in this quiet, the body feels supported and the mind begins to float. A light, drifting feeling replaces the weight of awareness. Nothing presses against you. Nothing calls your attention back. The air has that cool evening quality, soft, spacious, and calm. It encourages the mind to move more slowly, to stretch out into long, drifting moments. It's almost dreamlike. Not fully here, not fully gone, just drifting. You might feel as if you're lying beneath a wide, open sky. Not a sky filled with stars, just a calm, dim expanse where everything slows. In this space, the world feels far away, softened by distance. The breath glides through you with a slow, quiet ease. Each inhale lifts your awareness slightly. Each exhale lets you drift farther from the noise of the day. The movement becomes a gentle rhythm of release. Thoughts that arise now seem lighter, almost transparent. They pass quietly, like wisps of evening air slipping by. They don't settle. They don't stay. They simply drift across the open space of your mind. The body feels steady and warm, but the mind floats just above it, free from any lingering weight. You rest between grounded comfort and soft detachment. A liminal space where everything feels slowed and softened. Here, time loses its edges. Moments stretch out, becoming long, gentle waves. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels defined. Everything blends into a smooth, quiet flow. The horizon inside you widens further. The day fades even more, falling back into a distant place where it can no longer reach you. All that remains is this quiet, floating sensation. Warmth below you, cool evening calm around you. You drift a little farther now, not moving forward or backward, but drifting away from anything that once held your attention. Awareness becomes roomy, expansive, quiet, like being suspended in soft air. The longer you float here, the more the inner world softens. Thoughts dissolve before they fully form. Awareness becomes light and open. What once felt close now feels far away. This soft detachment is peaceful. It's gentle and natural, like stepping slowly into twilight. You don't need to guide it. You only follow the slow rhythm of your breath. Inhale. Cool, spacious evening air. Exhale, drifting deeper into the quiet beyond the day. Each breath draws you further into that soft borderland where waking fades and rest takes over. The heaviness that grounded you earlier is still present, but now it feels supportive rather than anchoring. It holds you lightly while your awareness continues to drift above it. You feel safe, cocooned, and gently released from everything outside this moment. The quiet horizon stretches wide. Your thoughts fade entirely into that open space. The day slips away without effort, without sound. All that remains is a soft, dreamlike calm. Stay in this drifting, peaceful space. Nothing is required. Nothing is expected. Just the gentle feeling of floating beyond the edges of the day. And as the breath glides in long, quiet waves, let yourself move deeper into the dim, spacious stillness that surrounds you. Far from the world, far from the noise, drifting softly into the silence that follows. The quiet around you widens now, growing soft and spacious, like stepping into a calm, open field at dusk. The air feels light, gentle, almost weightless. Your breath begins to move through this openness with effortless ease. Each inhale floats in, cool and smooth. Each exhale drifts out, long and slow. The breath feels more like a soft current of air than something you need to control. Awareness begins to stretch outward, not forced, not pushed, just a natural expansion, the way light softens across an open sky. The space inside you grows wider, lighter, more open with every quiet breath. Here, nothing is tight, nothing is closed. Everything feels like it's unfolding gently, creating room for the mind and body to rest together in ease. The breath rises softly, as if lifted by a gentle breeze. It fills the chest without effort, warm and subtle. Then it floats out again, leaving behind a sense of calm spaciousness. This space begins to surround you. It spreads like soft air moving very slowly around your body. It wraps you in a light, airy calm, cool and soothing. Thoughts that appear feel small in this wide space. They dissolve easily, like little wisps carried away by the breeze. Nothing lingers long enough to disturb the stillness growing around you. The breath guides this soft expansion. With each inhale, you feel the space around you widen just a little more. With each exhale, you settle into it, drifting farther from the edges of the day. The room around you seems to fall away. All that remains is openness, quiet, a soft sense of limitless space. It feels gentle and freeing, like being suspended in peaceful air. You might sense the boundary of your body loosening again, not disappearing, but blending with the spacious calm that surrounds you. Your awareness floats outward in slow, warm waves. Breathing feels lighter now, almost transparent. Each inhale carries a cool clarity. Each exhale elongates, stretching into long moments of silence. This silence holds you, soft and steady. It's a calm that doesn't ask anything of you. A calm that opens around you and inside you at the same time. The breath moves deeper into this space, yet stays quiet and gentle. There's no strain, no heaviness, only a slow, peaceful glide of air. It feels like floating through a wide, open sky. Thoughts become faint shadows in the distance. They rise and fade without form, drifting across the open space of your mind. They no longer anchor you. They simply move with the quiet. Your awareness grows soft and wide. It stretches into the empty spaces between breaths, resting in the stillness. This stillness is cool and tranquil, soothing every part of you. The breath continues its slow rhythm, a gentle wave in, a long, easy drift out. Each part of the rhythm expands the sense of spacious calm. You may notice your body feeling lighter again, not floating upward, but loosening within this wide quiet. The weight you once felt now seems soft, almost distant. The air around you feels like a soft embrace, cool and comforting. It moves in slow, subtle currents, touching your awareness like the lightest breeze. This movement is steady, soothing, effortless. Inside, the breath flows in wider circles. It spreads calm through the chest, the belly, the back. It drifts outward, filling the space around you with quiet ease. Nothing feels confined. Nothing feels crowded. Your whole being rests in this open calm, supported by air and silence. In this moment, the breath and the space feel like the same thing. A soft, quiet presence that steadies you. A cool, expansive field of calm that holds you gently. Awareness becomes quiet and diffuse. Your edges soften. Your thoughts blur into stillness. Your mind glides into a deeper layer of peace. This openness grows more serene with every breath. The spaces between words stretch into long, soothing silence. You drift in and out of that silence, carried by the soft rhythm of your breath. Your whole body feels surrounded by calm air, light, cool, and spacious. It supports you without touching you, as if the quiet itself is holding you. Stay in this open space for a moment. Feel the ease. Feel the softness. Feel the breath drifting like a slow, gentle breeze. And as you settle deeper into this spacious calm, let the quiet expand inside you. Wider and wider, until you are floating in a cool, serene stillness, drifting softly into the silence that follows. The spacious calm around you begins to dim now, softening into something deeper. The air feels cooler, thicker, like the first quiet moments of night. A gentle hush settles in, stretching wide and slow. Breathing moves through this dimness with ease. Each inhale glides in softly. Each exhale releases you into a deeper, heavier drift. The rhythm grows longer, quieter, almost fading as soon as it arrives. The light around you fades into velvet darkness. Not heavy darkness, just a soft, warm night that wraps itself around your awareness. You begin to feel held by it, as though the night itself is settling close to keep you company. The edges of your thoughts blur even further. They drift like faint shadows across a quiet landscape, losing form before they reach you. Nothing stays. Nothing pulls you back. Imagine yourself resting in a wide open field under a dark sky. The air is warm, still, and full of calm. You feel the presence of night around you, steady, gentle, comforting. It encourages your body to grow heavier, to sink deeper into rest. The breath slows again. Long inhales that barely lift the chest. Long exhales that melt into silence. Each breath feels like it's guiding you downward, toward the soft ground of sleep. A quiet landscape forms around your awareness. Dim hills, silent trees, distant horizons that barely move. Everything is still. Everything whispers that the day is gone, and night has fully arrived. The space between breaths widens. Those spaces feel like dark, peaceful pools of calm. You drift in and out of them without effort. With each pass, your body becomes heavier, your mind quieter. The hush of late hours settles over you. It's a hush that belongs only to night, deep, steady, patient. It draws a soft curtain between you and the waking world. Thoughts slow until they resemble fragments of dreams. Light, delicate shapes that dissolve into the dark before they become anything clear. You drift beyond them into a deeper layer of quiet. The air feels velvety now, smooth and cool, moving lightly around you. It makes the whole space feel like a soft cocoon of night, holding you gently in place. Your body responds with deeper surrender. Muscles slacken. The weight of the day falls away completely. Heaviness pulls through you, warm and grounding. Nothing demands your attention. Nothing calls you back. The night carries everything for you, leaving nothing for you to hold. Each breath feels like a slow descent, gently sinking, drifting downward, deeper and deeper into a quiet that welcomes you. The descent is peaceful, unhurried. You may feel as if you're lying beneath a sky with no sound at all. A sky that absorbs every noise, every thought, every trace of movement. A sky that leaves only stillness. This stillness begins to fill you from the inside. It settles behind your ribs, in your belly, along your limbs. A soft, heavy calm that spreads like dark warmth. The edges of your body become even softer now, blending with the quiet around you. No separation, just gentle contact with the night. In this moment, time feels distant. Hours fade, minutes dissolve. What remains is a long, deep drift into rest. The breath becomes faint, barely noticeable, almost like it's part of the night air instead of your body. It moves calmly, naturally. You sink a little further, and then a little more. Each moment feels like stepping deeper into darkness that is soft and welcoming. The heaviness is soothing. It anchors you gently, keeping you safe within the quiet. Your body feels almost fused with the stillness, as though it belongs to the night. Everything you carried today has dissolved into the dark around you. Nothing remains but warmth, heaviness, and quiet. Stay here in this soft descent. Feel night settling into every corner of your awareness. Feel the breath leading you downward in long, gentle waves. And as the last traces of wakefulness drift away, let yourself slip deeper into this warm, velvet quiet. Sinking, drifting, resting, until you dissolve into the silence that follows. The quiet around you deepens now. It folds in softly, like warm darkness settling over still water. Everything slows into long, gentle waves. Your breath moves through this darkness with almost no sound. A soft rise, a long, drifting fall. Each breath carrying you lower and lower. The warmth beneath you thickens into a comforting pull. It's soft, steady, and endlessly patient. The body begins to loosen its last traces of effort, melting into that warm pull as though it has found the place it was meant to rest. Awareness grows dim at the edges. Thoughts turn faint and hazy, dissolving before they can fully form. The mind begins to drift the way a small boat drifts on a quiet, endless sea. You feel yourself sinking gently into that sea, not downward with weight, but inward, into a deep, silent place where nothing stirs. The darkness here is warm and smooth. It wraps around you with the softness of night, holding your body in perfect stillness. You feel suspended, almost weightless, as though the warmth itself is carrying you. Each breath becomes smaller, softer, barely there, barely more than a faint motion in the quiet. The rhythm drifts as naturally as sleep. Around you, the silence deepens. It stretches wide, like an endless horizon hidden in the dark. This silence is gentle, welcoming. A silence that asks nothing of you. The body feels further away now. Its shape loosens. Its edges blur. You sink deeper into warmth, deeper into stillness. deeper into a place free of thought. Even time begins to slip. Moments lengthen, fade, merge into one another. There is no hurry, no direction, only drifting. Breathing feels like floating. A soft swell inward, a slow release outward. Each cycle lighter, quieter, more distant. The warmth beneath you lifts slightly, holding you in its soft embrace. It feels endless, like a gentle sea with no bottom, no edge. You drift effortlessly on its surface, sinking without falling. Nothing pulls at your mind now. Nothing holds your attention. Awareness softens into a faint glow, like a fading ember in deep night. Your breath follows this glow. It becomes a small, warm current moving through the darkness. So slow, so quiet. You may feel a soft ebbing, like consciousness itself rocking gently in warm water, not moving anywhere, just swaying in place, held by the dark calm around you. The body surrenders completely. It becomes part of the stillness, part of the warmth, part of the quiet sea beneath it. You drift farther from thought, farther from sound, farther from anything solid. Only ease remains, a soft, heavy ease that fills every corner of your awareness. It pulls you deeper in the kindest way. Breath grows fainter, so faint it's barely a whisper inside you. It moves like a small wave dissolving into the shore, then becoming part of the shore, part of the stillness. You're floating now in dark warmth, suspended, supported, at rest. Every part of you drifts in the same direction, downward into comfort, downward into silence, downward into deep rest. The quiet thickens around you, soft, velvety, endless. Your mind drifts at the very edge of sleep, not thinking, not watching, just drifting in gentle darkness. The breath becomes slow enough to feel like a dream. It moves in long, wavering lines, each one guiding you into deeper surrender. Nothing stirs within you, nothing rises. Only the warm, heavy quiet remains. Stay here, in this deep, soundless place. Your body weightless, your mind dissolved into stillness. And as you sink fully into this warm, endless rest, let the quiet take you, gently, slowly, completely, into the silence that follows. The quiet around you rests in a soft, steady glow now. Nothing moves quickly. Nothing rises up or asks for attention. The whole space feels like a long, gentle exhale. Your breath follows that feeling. It drifts in slowly, warm and light. It drifts out even more slowly, disappearing into the quiet. Each breath softens the air around you a little more. The body is calm, warm, settled, held by the stillness that has gathered throughout this moment. There's a sense of gentle completion here. Not an ending, just a deep, peaceful settling, like the final traces of daylight fading into night. No rush, no effort, only ease. The warmth beneath you supports every part of your body. It holds you without asking anything in return. You sink into it naturally, almost without noticing how deeply you've settled. The heaviness feels soothing, steady, familiar. Around you, the quiet becomes softer. It wraps itself around your breath, around your thoughts, around your resting body. The world grows faint and distant. Only calm remains close. Your mind drifts inside this softness. Thoughts fade before they fully form. They loosen, dissolve, fall away like sand slipping through open fingers. The quiet makes room for nothing but peaceful rest. Each inhale draws in a small wave of warmth. Each exhale releases you deeper into the stillness. The rhythm is slow enough to feel dreamlike, barely there, barely moving. You rest at the very edge of waking, a place where the body feels heavy and the mind feels light, where sound begins to stretch into silence, where awareness floats softly without direction. This softness grows with every breath. It fills the spaces behind your eyes, in your chest, in the quiet places of your mind. It feels gentle and warm, like something settling into its perfect place. There's nothing left to do here, nothing to think through or hold in place. You've arrived in a calm that requires nothing from you, a calm that simply surrounds you, steady and warm. Feel the way the darkness around you has softened. It's not empty, it's full of quiet comfort, a quiet that holds you, the way a soft blanket does, a quiet that knows how to keep you safe. Your breath floats through that darkness without a sound, a small rise, a longer fall, each movement dissolving into the space around you. Awareness loosens even further. It drifts, then rests, then drifts again. No pressure, no need to follow anything. The body feels as if it's sinking into warm sand, soft, heavy, supported from every direction. It's a feeling of being exactly where you need to be, a feeling that nothing could disturb this peace. The air grows warmer and quieter, hugging the outline of your resting form. The warmth settles in deeper, filling your limbs, your chest, the space around your heart. Everything slows into long stretches of stillness. The mind melts into that stillness. Thoughts lose their shape, then their presence, until only quiet remains, a quiet that feels soft enough to disappear into. You drift, not moving forward or backward, just drifting inside the silence. The world outside feels impossibly far away. Nothing pulls you upward. Nothing stirs beneath you. You're suspended in warmth and quiet, weightless in the soft darkness. Every breath draws you further into this gentle depth. The space between breaths widens. Those spaces feel warm and endless. You rest inside them without effort. Your body is ready for sleep. Your mind is ready for silence. The two meet in the same slow rhythm, blending into deep rest. Stay with this quiet comfort. Feel how easily everything settles. Feel how softly the warmth carries you. The breath drifts again and again, each time softer than before. The quiet grows deeper, the warmth grows heavier. The space around you thickens into peaceful stillness. You're sinking now into a rest that feels natural and complete. Nothing remains above the surface. Nothing rises to greet you. Everything draws you inward. Here, in this warm, dark calm, you are held. You are safe. You are resting fully, without effort, without sound. Just breathe, just drift, just sink into this depth. And now, as the last traces of waking fade, let yourself slip gently into the quiet that follows. Softly, warmly, completely, into peaceful, silent rest.